Hi-ho everybody, Monty here for another Nordic DLC series video. And things have been going pretty well. This line, as you might recognize from the previous episode, is our Nordic bridge that goes from Rockdale back down to Westbury, with Mount Timbers in the background. So we are on our eastern side of the region. Now, after this bridge, we're going to be coming up on our town of Westbury, which, yes, it's on the east. We've gone over this, and it's our original town with goods and all that stuff. Now, some cool things. We didn't catch it this time, but I wanted you guys to actually even see the switches here. You'll actually see as the train passes, the switches make their change. He's got his green now. As soon as he passes, the signal will switch. Just looks cool. Love those little animations. Now, we are pulling into the Westbury station, and with the double locos here, it's been loco. Trains are going a lot faster. We've got the new cars that can actually match the speed of these here. Now, in 1886, we have had some new trains, but the big thing I wanted to show was this is not where this train is going to stop like we've seen before. This was, as seen last episode, the new express line between Rockdale and Westbury. However, we knew that this was going to be, in the future, made for the loop. So we got the funds from our oil refinery to expand out because they want more workers coming over from Spalding. And this is going to be a new little train ride for us. So what we're hoping for is our goods expansion. I want to actually look at the refinery. We're at 72, Westbury Oil Refinery. It's doing okay, but we want better. So I'm going to click on the train to head back over here. Now, every month this is increasing. If you actually did a tour of the region, which I'm just going to have you guys trust me instead of me going from city to city, every city is maxed out with their cargo. So say they demand 21, well, they get their 21 goods. If they demand 37, they get their 37. So what we're going to have to do, and it's my plan for the early 1900s, is go into our towns and really get our inner city transportation worked out so the residents are getting to the shopping and to the leisure and everywhere fast. But I really want the industries that need goods to grow, so we have a higher demand for goods, which will increase our factories, which will give us more money, because we're going to start getting better vehicles, and we're going to want to hit that profit. So now we are on the southern end of our mountain, which is my little focal point, and I'm going to change the camera around here so we get a nice view. See, we can see the goods trucking along, horsing along. What I want to do by 1895 is have the entire loop finished off. Now, right now, as I said, this is just finishing the loop all the way down to Spalding, which means we have the complete northwest all the way around to now the south. What I'm going to do is be completing the western edge, which we now have our first goods train, which you caught at the last episode, which will be the next train we look at. The other upgrade is I built out, instead of continuing the loop at this moment, from Spalding out west, there is a underground track, and it is doing really well. And the whole point of these little express lines at the end of the loops is just to get things started, get people used to going from city to city. And once the loop is connected, hopefully, everyone's ready for the big times, and it's going to work out really well. So we don't have a lot of people waiting here. Don't worry, this will change. This line just built out, so we don't even have any businesses here. And I'm even going to keep this in because it's so rookie. That's why no one's really here. It's not connected. Now, this is connected later on. I do remember making this mistake, however, loading up this save to make this video. I forgot to reconnect it, so it is what it is, and it fails how it fails. Now, let's see the next train. Oh, this is exactly where I want you guys to see it. Now, I want to start from underground. And I'm even going to face the other direction, because it's going to be such a surprise you don't even know. We got Spalding in the direction. Ooh, there's the peak in the clouds, Mount Timber. You can see it's like up in here. Love it, love it. I had to take out a lot of money, like 5 million, to basically demolish a city and rebuild it. The entire eastern side of Fordwick. Now, Fordwick is our industrial town. They're the first city to build a inner city train line. So they have lots of stations, lots of expenses, but the main loop is going to be coming up in the middle of town, right, with some nice little fountains and leisure and road bridges and all kinds of cool stuff. But just love the little design that happened here. We had some roads going across. I wanted some less traffic, so I've done some editing. But I just thought, how cool is it that our loop is going to be coming in here? Now, this is the only city where the loop has to share a station, and the loop will only get one track, one platform, going in both directions. Now, over time, this will most likely need to change, and I'll add a third platform. But for now, you can actually even see that this express line, which has the right-of-way over this little inner loop. So the inner loop is still doing well. It has been upgraded. I probably removed it for cost purposes. We now have our DSB Litra P. Now, the Litra P is the 28 miles per hour cost. What I'm excited for is the next one, which is going to be like the unbugged version of the Litra B. See, 110K. We've gone over that. That's a little too cheap for my goods. For my taste, for my liking, for all that good stuff. But that's what is running this DSB Litra P. That's our engine of choice for the inner loop here. Now our goods, let's take a look at our Train 7. All our goods are being supplied with the older style, which this will be upgraded, I would say in about 1890, maybe 3 or 4 more years. This guy's going to be ready to upgrade. But the town's getting all the goods it needs, so no need to have an expensive running engine when we don't really need it. So let's use the goods train to head up north. You will see the expansion. We ran out of funds, so hopefully by 1895, and I'm thinking of actually doing a live stream to finish the loop. This is going to be the final touches, is going to be Fordwick up here to Huddersfield. There you go. So we're going to follow our goods train along. Doing well, doing fine, just like me. Happy New Year's Eve, everybody. By the way, hope you guys are excited for a brand new 2016. Get rid of 2015, throw that in the trash. Although it was a good year for Train Fever videos, lots of fun stuff got done. But I can't wait until next year. More games, more fun. Announcements from Urban Games of their next game after Train Fever. We should know within a month or two what they're going to be working on. But I've just got to say, you know, the fact that they're throwing hints that they're making a game based on everything they've learned from this game and all the feedback. So why wouldn't you make a similar game? I'm thinking we're going to have something along the lines of a Train Fever-ish game coming from Urban Games, and I'm just looking forward to the announcement to see. So here's our goods. We can see it's doing all right. It fills up instantly with 12 goods. I actually have it wait here to fill, but it will upgrade soon enough. Now I remember my inner train loop actually can connect to this line, and I was using this depot for all my trains. Nothing has been done here, really, like nothing. This is going to be the last town we touch. Have not even moved out to Buntingford yet. So that's pretty much the full loop. Our upper northern exposure, Bunterock, is making $1.7 million. So that's making great money. We can even see Train 4 coming in right now, 41 out of 80. Now what happened is before I loaded this episode up about a year ago, these trains were stuck. I had some signal issues. So that's why I would say they're running at 41 out of 80. These definitely will fill up. And instead of finishing off the loop, it was decided that the secondary bridge must be built before the loop is finished. And this has definitely caused an increase in speed without any hesitation. Now, it's not a double bridge, but what they were doing was experimenting with some different technologies and saying, what bridges are we going to want to use for the future? So that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. So there we go, 68 out of 80. It is definitely filling up very nice. And thanks again, everybody, for all your comments. Everything's been moving along very well. I knew these first episodes were a little short, but I do expect these episodes to extend out as we move into the future, because I don't only want to just feature the new lines, but I want to feature our old lines in the future. Does that make sense? I want to be showing off my lines, basically, and show how they're doing. Just for example, next episode, I'd love to go back and see how our scenic route is doing over in Westbury. I know it still has some passengers, but you want to keep up with those to see if maybe we need to do a reduction of passenger cars or carriages, and maybe we can do some adjustments there. But I'm wanting to wait until we get the next official loco unlocked before we finish the loop. It's going to be a lot more expensive as far as the running costs, but the horsepower I think will make up for it to be getting to speed very fast. And what I'm still pondering, and I'd like you guys' suggestions, and let me do a full zoom out since we've made it all the way around the map, is remember we've got the nice star system here of 7 cities here. And we're going to have one big loop. And I'm going to have trains going one way and trains going the other way on the loop. But the real question remains of how many trains should we have going in each direction? I'm thinking at least 3. But I want these 3 trains to be massive. At least 10 to 15 cars each. So what I'd love to do is really get some fast trains going. Maybe double up some locos. And maybe see if we could pull it off with 2 trains. I'd rather have less trains, but longer trains. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for joining me again. I look forward for more train fever with everybody. And like I said, I will have probably 1 or 2 more episodes before we hit 1895. Oh, maybe just 1 episode. It is already 1888. And we will finish the loop. But what I'm thinking is maybe early January, do a live stream. And you guys can join in and chat, and we'll just look at the different train lines, kind of look at the history of how everything's been going over the first 50 years, and we'll go from there. And warning, Cyberwave Orchestra has reached its lifetime and should be replaced. I should let them know. No, everything's going to be going well. So, again, thanks for watching. See you guys next time.